And now it's time for another Board Game Brawl unboxing with Nick Minahan, sponsored by BoardGameBliss.com. Hey peeps, today we're going to do a quick unboxing of Conan from Monolith Games. This is the Kickstarter version of the game, not with all of the bells and whistles. I did not get any of the major expansions or anything like that. Otherwise, I think there would probably be a whole other box or two or three of the same size. Instead, I just got the core game with all the stuff that comes with that pledge level naturally. And then I think I got a couple of extra miniatures that were exclusive to the Kickstarter that I thought were pretty cool. I didn't want to miss out on them, but not all of them. So there's a couple of exclusives I just didn't bother with. Now, a couple of quick notes. I'm expecting something's going to be wrong with this because there have been lots of reports of people getting the wrong pledges or missing stuff or broken things in miniatures, things like that. Lots of customer service complaints. The company who shipped this out, by the way, is Ship Naked, which was, there it is, was a division of Game Salute. The owner of Game Salute also owns Ship Naked and also, what's the other shell company? I don't remember. Or Myriad Games. I don't even know if that's still around. I don't think it is anymore. Currently embroiled in lawsuits and things like that. So I'm always very, very wary when a company chooses to use Ship Naked. I highly recommend you use Black Box instead, which is the company that Cards Against Humanity started to help out people with Kickstarter shipping pledges and things like that. And right off the bat, I know that things are not quite right because, look, this might seem like a minor thing to you, but see the way that this box is sealed? So this was a larger box that was cut down to this size. Now, first off, for a professional shipping company that's not professional, that's what I do at some of the printing companies I've worked at for people who are just taking a box from our shop and taking it over to their office. It doesn't need to be big. For a major shipping thing for a game that's hundreds of dollars, this is a no-no. So I'm already a little bit worried, and it's totally what I was expecting from Ship Naked. But anyways, that's my gripe about that. And let's go ahead and get into it. For those of you who don't know, Conan, the board game, is based directly off of the older works of Robert E. Howard, and is a cooperative, I believe it's a one versus all. It's been a while since I pledged, sorry, but I believe it's a one versus all in that regard, a semi-cooperative campaign-driven game where you're taking control of Conan and his friends-ish as they go through different scenarios. Many of the scenarios, I don't think in the core box, but in the expansion content, was actually written and designed by semi-famous designers like Antoine Balza. So there's been some slight controversy. There was an article I posted on Facebook of a woman who took exception to the way that the women were depicted in this game and in Robert E. Howard's original work. I'm not really going to comment on that until I get a full context of. I mean, I did comment on it. I thought she made some good points, but I won't say definitively until I've actually played the game and played it in context. Alright, so right off the bat, I don't know if I bought this separately or if this was just an extra thing that came with my pledge level, but there's the Veneer Valkyrie. One of the blog posters complains that there wasn't a lot of female characters. I seem to agree, and that's why I picked up whatever extra miniatures I can of the female characters. But let's see if I can open this one. Just my hands, I should say. Okay. Okay. Is this a tuck box? Yes. Okay. There's her stat card. I'll take it out of there. Why not? I'm not necessarily going to open up every single little thing in here like this, but this is a good primer. And it's incredibly early morning here, so if you hear loud noise in the background, that's actually a garbage truck. Speaking of professional. Okay, so that's a stat box. Here's tiles. That's cool. It's always better to have tiles than cards, I say. There you go. Okay. And then, of course, the piece de resistance, the miniature itself. Let's focus on that as best I can. Okay. So let's move on to the core box itself, which, wow, looks nothing like the image I was going to use as a thumbnail for this game. In fact, this is the artwork I saw that I didn't like at all. Hold on. Wow, this is heavier than I would have thought. Let's do this. Let's take all of this out of here and get rid of this big brown box. So there's that. And then, yeah, here's the other box. So that must just be the extra stuff. This is... Oh, dear me. How am I going to do this? There's a lot of shenanigans going on off camera. Let's get this out of here. It is stuck in there. Good. That's another thing you shouldn't do as a shipping company, but I digress. Alright. There we go. So yeah, here is the box I was expecting, with very excellent artwork, actually. So, let's get this off of here. Again, this is the Kickstarter pledge of Conan from Monolith Games, and it is just the core level plus that one miniature. Thinking about. Oh wait! I want to show you the back, which is going to be easier before I do that. Okay, nothing special. Okay, yeah, there is an Overlord in the game, so that is the Overlord's book, which maybe I won't dwell on that too much since it's supposed to be kind of a secret. This is their current Kickstarter. I saw some other people complaining about this being sort of a tacky thing, but I don't know. I don't see there's a problem with people advertising their other games. It is weird that they launched this Kickstarter, which is on Kickstarter right now and making a lot of money. They launched this Kickstarter while this Kickstarter was still delivering. And, by the way, they did the thing that I get really annoyed with. I know I shouldn't get annoyed, but it's already at retail. I didn't get my Kickstarter copy until today or yesterday. It's been at retail for a week. But, well. Now, this is a somewhat... I don't know. This is what the blog poster uses, a controversial picture of Conan coming to claim his woman, although I think it's rescuing her technically. But it's a little problematic, sure. So that's the core rules. I've also heard that there's a ton of problems with the rules in this game. So I'm not totally looking forward to trying this for the first time, to be completely honest. But I still have high hopes that it's good overall. Here is other character cards. So... go. You have the man himself, Pellet, who is, yeah, that's, and people complain about Kingdom Death. Come on. Now that's a very stereotypical looking fancy person. Valeria. There's a few female characters. That's good. And again, I want to be very clear. I don't necessarily have a problem. I'm just repeating things I've heard. It's interesting to talk about such things. Otherwise... unboxing can get rather droll. Okay. Les compétences. Okay, just the other side. So these are all different reminder things for different skills. Okay. A tracker of some sort. Dice. These are... I'm trying to figure out before I open the bag, but yeah, these are engraved dice, which is much better. They're otherwise really ugly, not bland dice. Kind of disappointed in that, to be honest. Cards I'm not going to open, but it's equipment cards, leather armor. And let's see. Let's get this out. We'll get back to that brown box in a second. Let me do this. These are monsters. These I'll take out. There you go. That's a cool looking Hydra thing. Not Hydra, but you know what I mean. Cthulhu type monster. This is the thing. That's the thing. Like A lot of Robert E. Howard stuff was sort of influenced by the other writers at the time, which included Lovecraft, one of his contemporaries, and also who's the one that was also sort of not it sort of wrote around the same time, and Lovecraft sort of co-opted his stuff, like The King in Yellow. Very generic crystals. I'm not totally thrilled with all the components so far, to be honest. Again, this is better than most board games that I see, but this was also way more expensive than most board games that I see. So there's that. Here's a bunch of... looks like it's all monsters. Mummies. Wolves. Here's the wolves. I'm not going to start popping these out, but... more tokens along the side. So there's certainly a lot. It's giant snake. That's all it was a giant snake. I thought it had a name. Okay. This was a cause of concern. These are supposed to be Picts hunters, which is sort of a fictionalized version of... I don't know. I thought Picts were supposed to be a sort of fictionalized Asian people, but these are clearly made up to look like sort of Native Americans, but really like grotesque looking. So that was problematic for the author of the article. Okay, so just more tokens, landscape stuff. So here is a very large board. I didn't forget about that other miniatures box. We'll get back to that. I just want to get through this and then get this out of the way. So here's a large board. That's cool. It looks good. It is double-sided, so unfurl this thing. Not unfurl. It's kind of an awkward position, so it's not in its total splendor, but you get the idea. Okay. Indoors. Nice D&D map, although it's obviously, this would be for if you're playing D&D without standard distance rules or anything like that, because there's no 1-inch squares. Okay, there's that. Doesn't feel too secure though. It feels like if I was like holding it by one panel, which I do sometimes because I'm too reckless, that it probably wouldn't be too secure. Here's another one. This is like a castle parapet. There we go. Neat. On the other side is a ship. 2 ships. So you can probably fold it over and just use it as one. That's nice. Cool. Okay. So that's all. That's some of the most impressive stuff I've seen so far, just because of the artwork and the depiction of it. All right, so we can push this out of the way. We won't get to that box yet, so we'll get back to this box. You know what? Screw this box. No, I'm kidding. All right, so yeah, here's all the... This should be the hero miniatures and the smaller enemy miniatures. Yes. I won't mug every single one of these at the camera, but of course we'll do the obvious ones. So, here's Conan himself. Focus it a bit better. Yeah, actually, I'm not really impressed with the miniatures either. I had heard that too, and for me, that's not necessarily a deal breaker. I would say miniatures of an average quality is fine with me, because I'm not a miniatures aficionado. You wouldn't think that, given that I'm so into Kingdom Death, but the setting and the gameplay are the draw for me there. The nice miniatures in Kingdom Death are sort of a bonus, although frankly, they're a big pain in the ass put together as well. Alright, so that's some of the heroes. Here's some of the monsters. That's alright, that's cool. Typically the monsters tend to look a little more impressive just because more details seems to be put into them. I don't know. There's Hyena. Cocaina. Here, is that another version of Conan, or is it just some monster? I don't know, it's or enemy, I should say. So again, I'm not going to show you every single one of these, especially since what I will say, definitely a plus for Monolith, the company itself, is that they were incredibly thorough in the Kickstarter. There it goes. Top fell down. See? Ah, no! They were incredibly thorough in their Kickstarter updates during the campaign and afterwards going over all the different miniatures and showing you samples. There's bases for the miniatures. It's a little tip they picked up from Conan or Not, although I'm sure Conan or Not picked up someone else. This is, I'm going to guess this is probably some sort of Overlord board. Let's take it out so you can see it better. I don't know that for sure, necessarily. Oh, okay. And then many hordes of warriors. Warriors! Okay. Push that. Alright, so that's everything from the main box. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I guess this is the extras box at this point. Okay. Oh, I gotta take it off camera for a second. I gotta lift this up. Whew. Okay. There we go. Broken the laws of the unboxing. Okay. This is lots of other stuff. Yes. Some sort of crap I don't care about. Definitely. Free-to-play games. Oh, God. These are different scenarios. A thing from the swamp, different language. Okay. Lots more characters. So let's take a look at those real quick. No one's going to want to play that person. Conan the General. Constantus. Zogar Sag. Yeah, well, okay. I have a feeling this will be like the last campaign-style game I buy for a while. I'm just kind of... It's not that I'm over the genre. It's just I have too many of them. I never get to play them. So I hope that this one is excellent. Bellet with an even... Well, not even, but slightly less slutty outfit. Conan... I'm on the foreign side, aren't I? Conan the Warlord. Baltus. I don't know these people because I don't care about the Conan stories. Conan the Wanderer. Okay, cool. So there's that. Yeah, I'm not a huge Conan fan. I just liked the campaign setting. I liked the way the game looked, the ideas that they had. Some of my favorite designers being involved with it was a cool thing. Here's a paper map of Hyperborea. Yeah, Hyperborea and surrounding environs. Okay, I guess I'll never use that. Here's a bag with an iron-on, not very high quality. Alright, so yeah, I'm willing to go on with the people who say that the components are surprisingly cheap. Again, not compared to not compared to like, cheaper board games, but compared to games that are of this cost. I'm kind of shocked that it's just kind of mediocre so far. Monsters. That's neat. Kraken. Yeah, it's full of tentacles. Huh. Okay. Sure. I'll break those. More miniatures for all those cards we just saw. We'll end on that note. So let's go through these. Here's just the tiles of stuff. Tentacules. Oh, am I on the foreign side again? No. that's how they're spelling it. Okay. There's all the characters. I guess those are for, I don't know, just as playing as a character, do you need one of those? Or is it if they play them as an NPC and you have to fight against them or something? Didn't you know? Alright, a whole other board. So, I will say, it does look like that for my pledge level, I got a lot of content, I imagine. people who pledge for all the pledge levels are really going to be overwhelmed with stuff to do. All right, I'm not going to unfurl this whole thing because there's a whole other mountain of stuff here I didn't have before to deal with. So, that. So, outdoor encampment. Cool. Okay, so then the last thing we're going to take a look at is the box of miniatures that came in this extras box. Let's put this back so I can get to it. So yeah, tons of miniatures on par with what you'd see in like a Cool Mini or Not zombie side Kickstarter, I would say. More tentacles, less clawy. Well, we can zoom in on this. Sorry. The Day of the Tentacle. What is this? Hold on a sec. Pile of skulls. Yeah, it's a pile of skulls. You know what I thought it was. And maybe it is. It's just monster warriors that you have to fight against. That's cool. I always say, I kind of wish I was still into like RPGs, specifically running them, because then with all the board games I have like this, I'd have so much content. There's so many miniatures to use. You need archers? I got archers, motherfucker. Just wait here. Wow. This is like Heroescape level stuff. I haven't seen anything broken so far. That's a good sign, but, I haven't gone through every single one of these. Sarcophagus? Neat. Yeah, these, now we're getting into cool-looking room features. That's cool. That's the first thing I'm like, oh, neato. Okay. Like, sconces. Pretty sure these are treasure chests, so I can't get one out of here. It's sort of too packed tightly. Yeah. Or actually, no, those are coffins. These are probably lockers or something like that. Yeah, these are chests. Neato. Stools. Wow, they really did themselves out on that. Okay, I'm just going to quickly show you here some of the heroes that were in this box. There was scorpion and bugs and spiders and things like that. Neat. Okay. Alright, well that is it. That is my standard pledge level of Conan with only the basic extra stuff, if that's a thing. And now one extra miniature I ordered. So, that's it. I will try to get this played. Obviously, if you're watching my channel, you know I'm way behind on everything. But nevertheless, this, of course, being the high-profile game that it is, even though everyone else has reviewed it already, I'll get to my review sooner rather than later, above a lot of the other stuff I need to get to. So, look forward to that. In any event, thank you so much for watching. Take care.
Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon. And make sure to check out our sponsor, Board Game Bliss, where you can find an amazing selection of games from around the world. BoardGameBliss.com. Thanks for your support.